The institution needs to know who their counterparties are in order to allow for trade, to participate in trade. And so, Ripple's one example of that. Ripple, isn't able to trade with unknown actors because, there's sanctions laws, there's various KYC mandates that they must abide by. And so in order for Ripple to bring Ripple payments onto the decentralized exchange and access those advantages, for example, they will need to know that everyone is KYC'd, everyone passes AML checks, and the permission DEX allows you to do that. We're introducing a new lending protocol to the XRP ledger. It will allow for credit origination on-chain. And the way that it works is basically users can deposit capital into a single asset vault and receive a share token, just like one side of the automated market maker. And then essentially you can have what's called a loan broker that will create a new loan for a particular borrower. And that will remove liquidity from the single asset vault and create a fixed term interest-bearing loan for a particular borrower. In terms of risk management, there's a couple different paths there. You can do off-chain underwriting, or you can have collateral on-chain in a third-party custodian, like BitGo, for example, or Anchorage, who can hold on to that collateral throughout the life cycle of the loan as the borrower repays to ensure loss mitigation and risk minimization for the lenders. Having the ability to originate credit on the blockchain is huge. So it's not an over-collateralized money market protocol, which is the standard of what you'll see on other chains. It doesn't mean we won't ever build money market over collateralization on chain, but we're starting with just the basic primitive of what we see as most essential, what we see institutions asking for, which is the ability to originate credit on chain. And this will allow for leverage against crypto assets, which is a huge use case that we're seeing for better collateral management and better use of collateral on chain. And really just giving an opportunity for token holders to create leverage positions against their assets, which we know will create a lot of value. I mean, they use a lot of the same pieces, right? Like you can use the permission domains, for example, to create permissioning on the DEX, to create permissioning on the lending protocol. They both use MPTs, they both use credentials. So a lot of the different money Legos or composable pieces on the XRPL are used to build the lending protocol and the DEX, for example. And they'll definitely be compatible in terms of use cases. So if you take out, a leverage position using the lending protocol, you can then trade on the DEX with that additional leverage or additional capital. So they're definitely compatible, and I think we'll work together in order to encourage growth on the ledger and on the basically the on-chain economy on the XRP ledger.